Jenna Ortega just exposed the real reason she can't date Emma Myers, and what she revealed isn't what anyone expected. For months, fans have speculated, edited, and theorized about the Wednesday co-stars' friendship, convinced there was something deeper hiding behind the cameras. But now, Jenna's words have finally brought the truth to light, and it's not about romance. It's about pressure, boundaries, and how fame can twist even the most innocent friendships into something unrecognizable. When Wednesday first exploded online, Jenna and Emma became inseparable in the eyes of fans. The chemistry between their characters, Wednesday Addams and Enid Sinclair, fueled millions of posts, edits, and conspiracy threads. But while fans thought they were cheering on a possible love story, Jenna was quietly dealing with a growing invasion of her private life. And now she's done staying silent. What she reveals a disturbing reality about modern fandom, one that's far more personal than anyone expected. Before we dive into the truth behind Jenna's confession, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you helps us keep uncovering the stories others won't tell. When Wednesday premiered in late 2022, no one, not even the cast, could have predicted how massive it would become. The gothic Netflix hit launched Jenna Ortega into superstardom overnight, and Emma Myers, the bright and bubbly newcomer, instantly captured hearts as her werewolf roommate, Enid Sinclair. Fans became obsessed with their on-screen chemistry, and within days, the internet had created a new ship, Winclair. At first, it seemed harmless. Fan art, edits, and playful comments filled timelines everywhere. But soon, it stopped being about Wednesday and Enid. It became about Jenna and Emma, real people who suddenly found their personal lives turned into entertainment. Entire TikTok compilations dissected their interactions frame by frame. Flirting moments, secret glances, hidden signs. Millions of views on videos trying to prove they were dating in real life. The line between fiction and reality blurred almost instantly. What started as admiration became obsession, and that obsession became an expectation, one that neither actress ever agreed to. Fans began treating a professional friendship like a public romance, and the deeper they looked, the more they imagined they saw. But what started as innocent shipping soon became something Emma would later call invasive. As the Winclair fandom grew louder, Jenna and Emma found themselves trapped in a narrative they didn't write. Every interview, every red carpet moment, even casual glances between them became evidence for theories fans were desperate to believe. What people didn't realize was how suffocating it became behind the scenes. Jenna, who's always been fiercely private, reportedly started pulling back from social media, not because she didn't love her fans, but because she couldn't scroll for 5 seconds without seeing her own friendships twisted into something else. Emma, on the other hand, tried to handle it with humor at first, making lighthearted comments about the shipping culture during press tours. But as the questions got more personal, the smiles got tighter. In interviews, Jenna began setting boundaries. She mentioned how frustrating it was when fans, quote, assign relationships to her or others without knowing the truth. She's even said that she finds it, quote, disrespectful when people try to romanticize her friendships, especially with her co-stars. It wasn't about being cold or dismissive, it was about reclaiming control over her own image. But the internet doesn't stop just because someone asks it to. The more Jenna distanced herself, the more fans speculated. Some accused her of hiding something, while others went as far as claiming Netflix told her to deny it. Suddenly, a simple friendship was treated like a conspiracy. And that's when Jenna allegedly decided to speak out, not just for herself, but for Emma too. When Jenna finally spoke out, she didn't do it through a big interview or a dramatic statement. She did it subtly, almost cautiously. In a podcast appearance earlier this year, she opened up about the toll that shipping culture has taken on her personal life. Without naming anyone directly, she talked about how people online can create stories that make it impossible to just have normal relationships. She said, people forget that we're real. They think they're supporting something harmless, but sometimes it gets to a point where it doesn't feel like support anymore. Fans instantly connected the dots. They knew she was referring to the constant speculation about her and Emma. Behind the scenes, sources close to Jenna allegedly claimed that the attention became so intense, she started avoiding certain public events where she knew questions about Emma would come up. It wasn't because of any bad blood, it was because no matter what she said, people twisted it. If she praised Emma, fans said it was a confession. If she didn't mention her, they said she was hiding something. There was no winning. And for Jenna, that realization hurt. She and Emma had built a genuine friendship, one grounded in mutual respect and shared experience. But the constant rumors made it harder to just be friends in public. Every word, every glance became content. That's when Jenna allegedly decided to expose the real reason she can't date Emma Myers, because the world refuses to let her just be herself. In a recent interview, Jenna finally laid it out, the real reason she can't date Emma Myers. And it wasn't about romance, personal differences, or anything fans imagined. It was about boundaries. Jenna explained that the constant shipping and speculation have made it nearly impossible to have close relationships, especially with co-stars. She said, "I can't even be friends with people without someone trying to turn it into something else." Those words hit hard because they revealed how fame distorts the most basic parts of life: trust, comfort, and privacy. For Jenna, her connection with Emma was something she deeply valued, but she admitted that once fans started pushing narratives, it changed everything. They couldn't post a photo together or appear on camera without it being dissected. Even their natural chemistry, which once fueled fan love, became a burden. Emma allegedly felt the same way. Sources have mentioned that she was surprised by how deeply the internet latched onto their friendship. In her own interviews, she said she adores Jenna, but clarified that people need to stop turning platonic bonds into fantasies. They weren't angry, just exhausted. Jenna's exposure wasn't a jab or a revelation about Emma. It was a plea, a reminder that not every close connection is romantic, and not every on-screen bond means something off-screen. Fame, she said, has made her wary of getting too close to anyone because of how quickly fans will twist it. But that statement, raw and real, only stirred up more chaos and lying.
The moment Jenna's comments surfaced, the internet exploded. Clips from her interview went viral overnight, racking up millions of views across TikTok and X. Some fans praised her for finally setting boundaries, calling her brave and real for speaking up. Others, however, doubled down, twisting her words into yet another layer of speculation. Suddenly, hashtags like #GemmaTruth and #ProtectJenna Ortega trended side by side. Fan edits used her quote, "I can't even be friends with people without someone turning it into something else," as proof that she was covering up something deeper. It was the exact cycle Jenna had tried to stop, playing out in real time. Emma, meanwhile, stayed quiet. She didn't respond publicly, but fans noticed she hadn't been posting as much either. When a journalist asked about Jenna at a press event, Emma allegedly brushed it off with a polite smile, saying she had nothing but love for her co-star. That one line became an entire week's worth of headlines. It's ironic. Jenna's attempt to protect her friendship with Emma ended up putting it under an even harsher spotlight. The internet didn't just want answers, it wanted drama. Every silence became suspicious, every smile became a clue. And that's when things took an unexpected turn, because what fans did next shocked even the media.
After Jenna's interview, a small but obsessive corner of the fandom went too far. What began as speculation turned into a full-blown investigation, or rather, an invasion.
Fans started digging through old live streams, red carpet photos, and behind-the-scenes footage, claiming to quote-unquote decode the truth about Jenna and Emma's relationship. Some even began tagging their families and friends, demanding answers. Emma allegedly received DMs from strangers asking if she and Jenna were still together, while Jenna's own team had to step in to filter comments on her posts. What once felt like admiration had turned into harassment. A source close to the production of Wednesday even hinted that the tension around their friendship had become a sensitive topic on set. And this wasn't the first time something like this had happened to Jenna. She's been open before about how she avoids romantic relationships because of how people twist her every move. It's not that she doesn't want to connect with people, it's that she feels like she can't without it becoming public property. The saddest part? All of this pressure made Jenna and Emma drift apart publicly. Fans noticed fewer interactions, no new selfies, and separate appearances. It wasn't drama, it was distance born from exhaustion. Because when fandom crosses the line, even the strongest friendships start to fade. When things reached a breaking point, Jenna decided to speak up, not in anger, but in exhaustion. During a podcast appearance, she allegedly hinted that the internet had made it impossible for her and Emma to just be normal friends. Without naming names, Jenna said she'd learned to protect peace by keeping certain people and parts of her life offline. That subtle comment sent fans spiraling. Some took it as confirmation that the two had fallen out. Others thought Jenna was protecting Emma from online hate. But those closest to her understood exactly what she meant. She wasn't exposing Emma, she was exposing the culture that created this mess. She was calling out the people who turned friendship into fan fiction, support into obsession, and privacy into a guessing game. For Jenna, it wasn't about denying something, it was about reclaiming her boundaries. Emma later echoed the same feeling in an interview, saying that people forget we're not characters, we're real. That statement alone says everything, because sometimes silence isn't hiding, it's healing.
At the end of the day, Jenna's expose wasn't about Emma at all. It was about how fame twists reality until even genuine friendships become suspicious. Both Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers have said repeatedly that they love and respect each other deeply. Yet no matter what they do, fans refuse to believe it's just friendship. And that's the tragedy. The real reason Jenna quote-unquote can't date Emma isn't because of Hollywood contracts or secret romances. It's because the internet won't let her. Every glance becomes evidence. Every post becomes proof. Every silence becomes a headline. Jenna's words were a warning to everyone watching. When admiration turns into obsession, nobody wins. And Emma's quiet strength in the face of endless speculation shows just how much pressure young women in Hollywood are under to explain, to define, to prove. So before you hit share on the next shipping edit or rumor, maybe think about the real people behind the screens. Because this story isn't about hidden love, it's about lost privacy. And if you made it this far, make sure to hit subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and your support helps us keep uncovering the truth behind the headlines.